Hey guys, in this video I want to show you how we generated over $859,000 scaling just one product in one store, and this happened just in a little bit more than like 2 months, and we got it to over $29,000 a day in sales. So I want to show you exactly how we structured the store. I want to show you how we structured the ads, how we've structured the whole process from start to finish, how we fund the product, and basically all of these things so you guys can take it and replicate it into your own business. So let's get started. So $29,000 a day was one product. So just to be clear, this is dropshipping product, basically dropshipped from China, but now with branded packaging with good customer experience. We notify customers about the shipping time, so we don't have issues with feedback score. Also, the product quality is slightly improved. Product had initially some flaws that we needed to fix, so we fixed it, and now it's pretty good experience for customers. Branded products, so we didn't have a lot of complaints with it. Product itself is mid-ticket, so it's under $50 selling price, and product cost under $15. The reason I'm saying it's under $50 is because we are testing different price points, right? So we're testing, for example, $39 price point, we're testing $44 price point, we're testing $49 price point, and so far 44 seems to be outperforming both of them. So there's lesson in it, because if you have something that's working, let's say you have a product or store that you're scaling, then probably one of the big impact things on your profitability could be experimenting and testing with your price. So for example, if you have the separate campaign sending people to a separate landing page or separate product page, testing a different price point, then you might experience better or worse results. And so let's say you're selling the product for 49. If you sell the product for 39, then that difference in conversion rate might be so dramatic that it will just compensate for that lack of margin in the selling price, right? So you'll get a lot more sales for the same amount of money, and you overall will be more profitable. This is one of the things that I would recommend if you guys have already momentum with some product. So now this product solves a specific problem, right? It saves space in a house organization. And one of the things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs are not doing, they're not doing the research before they jump on certain products. For example, this is the research for home storage and organization market size. So we always look at how big is the market that we are wanting to penetrate, right? Whether we dropship, whether we brand products, if we are going after some product, we want to see what is the size of that opportunity. So for example, home organization, which I was amazed myself, you can see it's $8.5 billion in 2014, and it's expected to be $12 billion industry in 2023. Now, a lot of that obviously is people buying product in retail stores, people buying products on Amazon, right? So for example, even here, this is product in a similar niche to what we're selling, right? So you can see here, it's basically, you can see, right? This is basically different products. Very simple, products, but 1,000 reviews here, 1,800 reviews here, 1,700 reviews here. So a lot of products, 2.5 thousand reviews here, just simple racks for the flowers, right? So this is just to show you that opportunity is not only in those very obvious niches, like helping people with back pain, health and beauty products, but also in products where you might not even think about, but it solves a specific problem for people and people are ready to pay for it. So it solves the problem, which is saving space in house, basic organization, right? Making organizing stuff in house easier. People might need more than one of those, because it has, let's say you have one of those organizers in your kitchen, then you might need another one in your bedroom. Then if you have a house with 3-4 bedrooms, then you might need few of those organizers if you like them. So potential return customers, and that helps a lot. The product is not available in stores, at least for now. Soon it probably will be. So we are catching that moment while it's still getting momentum. It's simplistic solution to a painful problem, right? So it has this wow factor to it. Typically, why people buy a product is because they see how quickly it can get you the result that you want, right? So for example, if you have a problem of not having enough space, and for example, this thing is just few moves and it makes that space more organized, then it just shows that, instant effect, and people always are looking for the instant effect products. I just want to show you one of the products that, it's different space, and I don't recommend you guys sell a product like this and but it has very good advertising ad, you know, in the first place. So it's kind of like starts with a very like, you know, very random. These are these like storytelling ads. I mean, this is a bit, you know, misleading ads, I would say, but I think there are lessons to learn for people who want to apply it for good products, for good purposes, right? So this is the ad, right? So the ad is basically this like storytelling ad. This is like the person just bought it, right? So it also now starts with, you can see with the storytelling, right? Like the storytelling, the landing page pre-built, basically pre-lander where people get familiar, and then they sell this product, which it's like costs like $1-2, like very cheap product. Let me show you, like slimming patches, right? I mean, very cheap product. I mean, I don't know about the efficiency of this product in particular. So 10, let's say 10 patches, they would sell for $3.48. So like a few dollars basically, right? But then these products would be sold for, you can see $12.95. Then if you buy 2, free 1, like, so you can see it's like basically pushing you to add as many as possible. Before and after. Now, again, this is not very compliant ad, so I'd not recommend to do it like this, but I mean, these guys seems to have done it somehow, right? So they advertise for a few days, and then they have advertised here for some time as well, like, so like 2 weeks. I don't know how much they've generated, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, I would assume, but it's probably not sustainable way to run ads, right? Because you'll get shut down sooner or later. Before and after, it's probably not ideal experience, not ideal product. I don't know how effective this slim patch is. I mean, might be effective for some people, might be not as effective for other people. But basically, this is why people buy products, right? Like, for example, people looking for quick results, ideally instant results, right? And so when I gained like 35 pounds myself, and so when I wanted to lose weight, I mean, the obvious solution is like to eat proper food and to exercise, right? I mean, this is the most obvious solution. Everyone fucking knows that. But how many people actually do it? You know, what percentage of people actually look good, right? But then at the same time, you can see how big is the weight loss market, right? Like selling fucking supplements, selling gym memberships, selling the fitness exercise for home, where it's like, in reality, you don't need like even any equipment if you want to exercise, right? But that industry itself, because people want instant results, right? And if your ads and your landers, your store and your product pages, like they promise those results, that's why people buy. And so it could be like done from with ethical perspective, like could be done in a good way. It also could be done in a bad way, right? So, but this is very powerful weapon, like to realize, okay, so what people want, how fast they want it, and to promise that. If you can deliver that, that's awesome. If not, you're doing something unethical, and probably Facebook or Stripe or PayPal will shut you down sooner or later. So, but people are looking for instant results. This is a big takeaway here. So this is what we're selling here, just for home organization space. Store itself is very simple. It's Turbo Team. With this one, we have no urgency, no trust badges, very simple. Branded color scheme for the whole store. So pretty much we have the consistent color look for the whole store. So it's like, everything looks the same. I always see like entrepreneurs, they would do different colors, right? So even this one here, so this is the similar product, similar niche. Let me see the colors here. This one is pretty good actually. It's pretty simple. And so this one is not that bad, right? But sometimes you'd have like different colors. You have this button, like this text in green, this text in red, this text in blue, like, and so all kind of colors. This one is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So I won't be surprised if this stuff actually converts, right? So these are the ads they run, like this. You can see they run them. They've scaled them pretty fast, right? So you can see, and you can see they're like still accumulating. They're still accumulating the likes, right? So it's pretty good on that side. Let me check their Facebook page, how they're advertising. But this is very similar space to what we do, right? Love this. If I only had the place, is the price. I'm interested in how they, like, so if I only had the room, right? So, I mean, the obvious thing here, right? Like if I only had the room, obvious solution here would be like to sell like something smaller, right? I don't know how ethical these guys are, because $35 for this kind of like thing, for such big thing, I don't know if that like even makes sense, even with shipping that thing, right? Like, because it seems to be done from wood-based panel. It seems to be like pretty heavy. So I don't know how these guys are making it work, but let me see. Something is definitely Hey guys, people have been asking me how we scale to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook. And we have a very sophisticated solution for this that I want to share with you, but it's just like too valuable to give away for free. So if you guys want this solution, just book a call with one of my team members and we'll show you exactly what it is and how it works, and we'll see if that's a good fit for you and for your business. So just book a call with my team member. We'll share it with you so you can scale your business to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, without having inconsistency, and with high profitability. So just book a call with my team and I'll see you there. We are there, right? So because they're selling this product like flower rack with hearts. Let me see here. It's not even here, but like relatively similar products here. They're wooden. You can see 20, 30 bucks. So I don't know how ethical these people are. Like this one here. So this one is relatively simpler, right? And so made from metal, I guess. And so this one is 14 bucks, right? So, but then shipping, you can see how expensive the shipping is, right? So I don't know how ethical, again, I don't know how ethical these guys are with selling this product, whether the price actually reflects or they actually just collect the money and never fulfill the product. So it's very important to, home organization space is good, but you always have to keep in mind the weight of the product, whether it makes sense for you to do overall. Lifestyle, you just see photos and product description on the homepage, right? So we've sent the samples of the product to a few people. We collected the user-generated content from those people. We pay them, to send us back the content, and we are using that content on the product description on the home pages. Then quantity breaks. So some of the apps, like we basically keep apps to the minimal. Some of the apps we are using, there's like quantity breaks to incentivize people to buy more than one product, and also in-cart upsells. So this app allows you to do the upsells when customers are basically in the cart, right? So does not interrupt the conversion process. We minimize the amount of apps for faster loading and less cognitive overload. So if you can read this, I'll probably attach it below. It's basically, you have to keep your website as simple as possible, right? And remove all of those things. There's like very bad example here. Like, where do you actually click in here, right? Like, it's so many different moving parts. So you can see here, this one is more or less okay. This one is more or less okay. I mean, this one is simple, right? Like, you clearly see there's enough space between these different things, right? And Apple website, apple.com is probably the best example of that. They're so like strategic with putting enough space between different things. So then customers have enough of the customers can just like think, customers can know exactly where to click, right? So keep it very minimalistic. So this is what we've done here as well. Ads testing phase, right? So ads testing phase. We use customer lookalikes. So we had similar stores in the past. So we use that customer data for lookalikes. It didn't convert well. So we started with interest, 4 angles, 4 creatives for each. Many of those had very bad click-through rate and high CPC. So we had to shut them down. So we had to introduce 2 more angles and just test more creatives with those. So after that, started to get better momentum. The things that have made the biggest impact, we're compiling UGC content into short 15-second videos along with description, captions of the product effect, what the product actually does, testing different scroll stoppers, testing different ad copies, testimonials, UGC, product, photos, and videos. Right, let me show you some examples, guys. Well, here you can see, for example, this business does very good job with this. You can see the type of content, right? Like, so this is UGC, right? And then there is like text on it, right? A few different people, right? Some emotions, like steps on what to do with the product, right? So how the product actually works, and then call to action at the end, right? Here, so you can see they've used like different avatars, right? So this is also what we've done. What would be like different types of people that would buy the product, right? So you can see they've used like some older people, younger people, right? Like how to use the product with captions and without. This one doesn't seem like has a lot of captions, only call to action at the end. Now, to find these different avatars, to find these different angles that you could sell, like you could just go here and you would go to the ratings on Amazon, right? So you would find here who are the main kind of like people that are buying it, right? So for example, people might say, hey, I just bought it for my daughter, right? Or I just bought it for my, let's say, perfect for my needs, right? Like it's about like, so Like this one is decent, this one is decent here. This, how beautiful, right? So people who actually care about the product being like visually aesthetic, right? So this is for those people. So then you would have to emphasize that factor, right? So here, let's see, my friends, plant enthusiasts, right? Like plant enthusiasts, crazy plant lady, right? So I mean, this is good, right? This is good. This is as it is. If you're selling exactly the same product, you probably could use like something like this. If you get the same feedback from your customers, right, then that's what you can use for ads. I mean, obviously some people would not be happy here. As pictured, for my wife for her birthday, so as a gift, right? So this is one of the angles. Like I purchased this for my wife for her birthday. She's big love of plants, right? So you can see, right, after like a minute, you understand that people who would buy this product, they're like plant lovers, right? So then it predicates what interests you can target. It predicates what message you can say in your ads. It predicates also what type of creative. Like, so you would probably use like ladies, probably some ladies that are like in their 40s and their 50s. It predicates a lot of things. So once you have that basic research, this is where a lot of entrepreneurs are kind of like they shortcutting that process of the research when they're going after the same product. Obviously it goes after the product is like validated. You don't put like all of this, like you may not like put all of this effort up front, but it's even really like it's not that big of an effort. You know, just go to Amazon, like scroll to the reviews of similar products, right? Like why people are not happy with some products, why people are happy with the product, and then that will help you to refine who you're targeting, who what type of messaging you would need to use, and that would help you a lot with crafting the message that actually resonates, right? So this is what we've done. We started with like 4 angles and they didn't work, so we added 2 more angles, more creatives, and then we found the combinations that actually worked. And so testing different scroll stoppers also was a big change, right? Like let's say once you have a winning piece of content, then testing 5-10 creatives, 5-10 different like scroll stoppers, first like 3-5 seconds might make a big difference on the performance of the ads. Right, again, guys, it's not only me, but also these brands, right? Like, so you can see how many different like scroll stoppers, how many different people they're using, right? How many different faces they're using, ladies, different like age, different like hair color, different like thumbnails, right? It might be exactly the same ads, So once you start like scrolling, it might be actually the same ads. So this is, I think this is like the most important lesson to get, this consistency from your ads, right? And I'll get into scaling, how we scaled it to over $29,000 a day. By the way, guys, if you're looking for help with scaling, whether you have like one product store, you have like a niche store, general store, and basically scaling it in a consistent manner to like $10, $20, $30,000 a day, then just book a call with one of our team members. This is only for people who already intermediate advanced advertise. This is not for people who are just starting out. This is for people who have some momentum, doing at least $1,000 a day or more, and want to scale that to the next level. So then should be a link in the comments, just apply, and we'll see how we can help you out to get there. So basically this is how we've done in testing phase. We always run safe ads in a separate campaign. If you want the cheat sheet for the safe ads, just let me know in the comments. Just safe ads or just save, and we'll send you the cheat sheet. Basically, these are types of the ads. Let me show you guys. These are types of the ads that we run for maintaining the health of the ad account, right? So sometimes you would have a lot of like negative like feedback on your ads, or people would comment bad things, right? So from the perspective of the Facebook sees, hey, this is like really like bad advertisers. So they basically would give you worse traffic. They would penalize you with high CPMs, right? So we always run these ads on low budget, different campaigns like PPE campaign, reach campaign, page likes campaign. So then we have, good positive experience on our ads overall, right? So these good ads compensate for the bad experience that is happened due to our advertising, right? So this is what we do. We constantly test new ads, but by adding them into existing ad sets. Sometimes we do that, sometimes we test them into new ad sets. With this account in particular, let me show you guys. This is one of the ad accounts that we've used for this store. So you can see here. Here we've basically, as you can see, like last 30 days, it's gotten like 3x return on ad spend. So if I show you here, for example, this is one of the main campaigns. So in each of these, for example, so this one has like 24 different ads, right? So a lot of the advertisers, they wouldn't, they would just like have like 2, 3, 4 ads, right? Or even one, right? So sometimes advertisers would find like one ad and they would just try to scale it, and they'd make hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars with it, but sooner or later it will die, right? So we constantly testing new variations. We're constantly adding new variations to the existing ad sets. So then Facebook can figure out where to spend, the budget for, right? Sometimes you can spend on older ads, sometimes on new ads, but we let Facebook that flexibility, that variety to choose the ads from that whole set and just, get amazing results on a scale, right? Because as you scale, right? So this one, for example, here, like one little campaign has generated $15,000 in sales in the last 30 days. And so that gives a lot of the room for Facebook, right? So if we look, for example, this campaign, so this campaign here has generated, you can see last 30 days, generated $33,000. Also, this one here has a lot of the ads, right? A lot of different ads, user-generated content, images, videos, so different variations of the content. So then people can, Facebook can make a decision, okay, so let's show this ad to this particular person. Let's show this ad to this particular person. So you give Facebook that flexibility, and you can always shut them down. If they don't perform, like you can always shut them down. If it doesn't work, kill it. If it doesn't work, kill it. Obviously, we always act according to our KPIs. If you want the KPI cheat sheet that we're using, guys, just comment KPI in the comments and I'll share it with you. This is basically what we do, right? And we use the same post ID to save the engagement. Once we've, let's say, have winning ads that we validate in one ad set, we just copy those IDs, we drop them into other ad sets. Higher budget evolution. What I mean by that? So when we test, we typically start like lower budgets, $10, $20, $50, right? But then as time goes, we might want to like just gradually increase those budgets per ad set and per campaign. The reason that we do that is because we want to simplify the whole account structure. We don't want to have like hundreds of ad sets, especially with the limitation that Facebook has on the amount of ads that you can have in your account, like 250 only. So we want to have as little number of campaigns as possible and also as little number of ad sets as possible. So we want to consolidate all of the ad spend into bigger ad sets with bigger budgets, right? So that doesn't mean that, for example, you should use like $500,000, $2,000 campaigns or ad sets, but you would do it gradually, right? So for example, you've tested $20 ad set and they worked well. Now, next time you launch it at $50 or $100, then you give it like $20 or your max KPI, and then if they don't work, you just kill them. But this way, you constantly keep simplifying your account and you constantly pushing Facebook to spend more money while having less complexity. So this is the key for testing, and this is the key also for scaling. Every ad account has a sweet spot. I'll get into that in a second in terms of the budget that it can spend per campaign or per ad set, but I'll get into that in a second. So winning ad formula that works for us is like compilation of the UGC content from multiple influencers, 15 to 45 seconds. We tested with captions and without, right? Sometimes without captions convert better, and also good to have that variety. Some people like captions. Some people, when they see captions, they see this is like an ad, and so they don't like to buy from those ads. So you would want to have a variety there. Very dynamically changing to keep attention, right? Again, I mean, this business is called Cock You Not, guys. Like, if you can just check like how many variables of content they have, right? Whereas like you compare it to like a regular dropshipper, and like it's totally different. They have like so many variations, like images, right? Like even images here, images, videos. I mean, before and after somehow they manage, right? But they don't show the weight loss or anything like that. But you can see how many different variations of the content, right? This is the key to scaling, guys. So if we check all the countries, have 1,200 active ads, which is a lot, right? While here at like 30 minutes. So you can see this is the way to scale. So we're also looking for the like first seconds. You can see like the same here again. I'll use it as an example. It's not our company, but you can see here also like a lot of the faces. Most of the cases they're faces. And the reason they're faces is because, you always, even if you use like product images, right? When one human sees another human, we instantly evaluate that person. Whether that person is attractive, it goes like naturally like to our like, sexual like desire and stuff. But like we evaluate that person good, looking good. Does that person looking like us, right? Like, is that like, do we resonate? Like, do we like that person, right? In the first place, whether we like it, like you see the photo of like Donald Trump, like you either like him or you fucking hate him. So it's kind of like the face, right? That makes that connection, because if you only use like product images and like a lot of people just like, hey, product image, and like these fast, drop shipping ads, like it's like person moving like, and there's no people, there's mostly the product. Those can work, but at the end of the day, it's like people buy from people like people want to see other people using the product. That's why the influencer marketing is so efficient and so powerful, because people want to see other people want to get that validation that, okay, this product is actually good, right? We just made a purchasing decision with my wife, and I just reverse engineer how we make a decision. Okay, so we check the product, we check like, okay, so the features are good, and then we check the reviews. Like, what are the reviews saying? Oh, the review just answered one of my questions. Oh, this person just says this about the product. We see some of the reviews of the product on YouTube, right? Like real people talking about the product. That's why it's so effective, because it's people sharing their experiences with other people and helping you to make the purchase decision. So if you can integrate with your ads in that purchase decision, that's where you get a sale, right? I mean, it's not the only way. Again, like you can just have like very random cuts from like YouTube videos and sell something very effectively. But if you want to build something sustainable, and also if you have constant flow of new content, this is probably the best way to do it. So we're looking for average, above average engagement, conversion, quality rankings. This is not the most important element, but good to have on a scale. So if you go on the ad level with your ads, see, right? So, I mean, a lot of these, we're like above average and average. Just on conversion side, we're like a bit low. But a lot of these ads have good rankings, average or above average. This is what you're looking for, right? So average, above average, right? This is the ideal like scenario where you want to be with the ads, because then you're competitive in the auction, right? So Facebook ranks your ads compared to other advertisers. So let's say you are selling the same product, or you're selling like a similar product, and this advertiser has better engagement on his ads and his website is converting better, right? This is why it's so important to test pricing, because you might have that conversion rate advantage to your competition. So then you might win more auctions, because Facebook would see, hey, this advertiser is actually getting a lot more sales than this advertiser. Let's get this advertiser more conversion events, more purchases, because then he'll more likely spend more money on ads and he'll be more successful, and it's good for us. They'll pay us more money and it will be good for everyone. So this is what's like very, very important to keep in mind, right? To be competitive. So if you see your ads, you're launching like new ads, and your ads are all like below average, then you have to work more on the creative part of things, on the ads part of things, and also on the website, on the conversion part of things. It means that market simply does not resonate with your product. Now, sometimes this happens because of the targeting. Let's say you test 5-10 different targeting options, and they might perform very differently. So some of them might have like above average, but your message, your product might not resonate with some of these, let's say, audiences. So this is also what's important to keep in mind. Then you would just shut them down and move on to find more targeting options that would work specifically for you. So this is basically what works for us for the ads. Ad scaling phase, pretty simple. I would say like, so we scaled both within ABOs, broad and compiled audiences. What I mean by compiled audiences, let's say you test 5 different lookalikes and 3 of them work, then you would just create an ad set with bigger budget, compiling those 3 audiences. So then you would spend more on one ad set, and generally you would just spend more with less complexity. Again, just moving to less complexity, less campaigns, less ads, more creatives. This is the formula to winning ads, guys. And CBO. So CBO is generally simple, 1-3 ad sets per campaign, sometimes up to 5, 20 to 50 creatives in each ad set. So again, as I showed you, like for example, in this account, we have like 20, 50 different creatives, right? Like we're just pushing a lot of the creatives. We let Facebook figure out and show the specific piece of content, specific ad to a specific person. But that's Facebook. Facebook is very smart for that. They know like what to show to each person to get a conversion. So we just let it all to Facebook. Mostly horizontal scaling. This is my preferred way of scaling. I mean, some of my media buyers, they like vertical scaling, like increasing and playing with budgets, but I don't like to do that. I like just horizontal, trying bigger budgets, trying different audiences, compiling the audiences, and also going after broad audiences. Replying to comments in the ads to increase engagement. Guys, I want to show you one thing, but this is something that you could use to get the initial, let's say, if you launch a new product and you want to make the product look more popular, this is what you can use. I don't recommend because this is in a way like hacking, the system, but like this is what you can do, right? Like you can have like five custom comments, like you would say, this is amazing product and I bought this product, I absolutely loved it. So you can have like 5 of these, right? If you want to, you can have like 50 of these if you want to. And so also you can buy, the likes, right? So you can buy like 1,000 likes, right? So then the post will look like very popular, right? So this is what you can use, guys. This is called Buzz Voice, but there are many providers of this service. Initially, you might want to use it like to get the initial but again, guys, it's not to deceive people. It's like to just have initial social proof, right? You have to fulfill the product. You have to notify customers about shipping rates, because a lot of people would just abuse it, right? Like I showed you, those people, they're selling this product. I'm not even certain that they can actually fulfill this product at this price, right? $35. I mean, the shipping itself would be like $35 for this size of the product. So this is not to deceive. This is to actually, sell products, good products, and create that good user experience, because only then you can scale. Here we used 5 ad accounts to scale product, like different profiles and DMs. I mean, this is one of those things that just like every advertiser gets to this point where they need more ad account, they need profiles, they need business managers, because they get shut down on Facebook. The feedback score, feedback drops, and like the whole performance just disappears, and goes down. So that's why we use different profiles. We kind of like diversified it quite a bit to have this, diversified infrastructure. If you need help with that, if you need help setting that up, there should be a link in the comments. Just apply for the call with one of our team members and we'll see how we can help you out. This is, I think, the best solution for people who are already doing some numbers, at least $1,000 a day, $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day. And so then we can help you to set up this infrastructure. You can scale to $20,000 a day, $50,000 a day and above. So we're scaling by going broader, open targeting, and compiled audiences. Again, simplification, right? Like once you find something that works, you just simplify, you're going broader, you don't have too many active campaigns at the same time, you have less campaigns, less ad sets, more creative. Less campaigns, less ad sets, more creatives, guys. I'm keeping repeating this, but this is so crucial, and this will just like make it very simple for you to manage and maintain your campaigns and their performance over the period of time. So maintaining consistency, right? This is a big one, right? Because a lot of dropshippers, they would find the product, would scale the product, and the product would die, right? And the products typically don't die as quickly as you think if you keep testing new creative. So what we would do is like we would reinvest 10-20% of the profit into creative sourcing, right? And so some of the places to source new creative, like Bilo, for example, I know some people that have had good experience with Bilo. I know some people that have had like bad experience with Bilo. So, I mean, you just have to test. You just have to test because it's, a lot of companies are using them. You can see like, these are the companies that are using them. I mean, we use them, like we like their work. Sometimes, it doesn't perform, but I think a lot of the things depend on the face, right? So the face of the influencer, for some reason, whatever reason, like these different people here, I can guarantee you some of these people convert better than others. Like this lady here, they seem to use a lot of photos and videos because it seems like it works, right? Now, what these guys have done, and this is like very simple hack for you guys. This is very simple hack. This is what I'm talking about, right? let's say you're selling the product like this, right? Let's say you're in beauty niche. I like beauty niche personally. It's good. So check it out. This person handle is here. I mean, how easier it can be like to get in touch with her and find her, right? Like, so this person is here. If you go here to Instagram, this person has 3,000 followers. 3,000 followers, but I mean, pretty good engagement, like hundreds of likes you can see here. And so what happens here is like, you can get in touch with this person, right? You can just like, can you message this person? I mean, I don't want to follow this person. Let's say I can message her, right? I don't message her. I don't follow anyone, but you can just message her and hey, we've seen your we've seen some amazing ads with you, or we have seen some of your content. We followed you. You have some amazing content. Would you be open to, helping us with sourcing the content? And so I think they probably just paid her for the content, right? This person. 3,000 followers, so it won't be a lot. It would be like few $100s at most, right? And you send them like package, you send them your products. Now comes the quality of your product. If your product quality is bad, then it won't work. That's why, for example, you won't send like Chinese packaging like with low quality product that smells, right? Like from the factory, from something. So it has to be like a good quality product in the first place. But you can see how easy, like what I'm talking about, like is not like, this is real like application. This is like real application. Finding these people with small audiences that want to make few $100 per month extra, want to make like few $1,000 per month extra. Because if this person, like if you tested this person like content and this content actually worked, then you would just, hey, let's make a deal. We'll send you like, for example, a package of our products. We'll send you like $1,000 per month, and we need like 100 pieces of content. You can change the outfit. You can be outside. You can be inside. You can be using this product. You can be using this product. You can be using like this. So now you have basically the partner. Now you have the content producing like machine, right? It might be like even less than $1,000. It's like sometimes these people just like want to feel they're like influencers, want to feel themselves good, and also if they make like 1,000 extra bucks from you and from other like companies for that content sourcing, some other companies probably also not only this company is reaching out to them, then it just like makes sense for them, and makes sense for you, it makes sense for everyone. So these are your influencers, guys. Like face. You can see faces. This is what will sell your products. This is what we use. This is what pretty much every successful advertiser that I know of is using. Below can help you to source that content, but I would just like recommend to YouTube, Instagram influencers. They don't have a lot of followers, but understand content. They know how to make photos. They like to make photos, and this is what you can do. Fiverr can be good, Fiverr can be bad, right? So this is the person can do like the reviews of your product, can do the videos if you need them to. It even has some stats, right? So 7 days, so she wants to promote, you'll just reach out, hey, I don't need the content, I don't need you to post anything, I'll pay you like $50, and I just need the content. I just need 5-10 videos. I just need 5-10, images, and who knows? Like, but then you would say, but if we collaborate with you, then we might send you more work. We might have the ongoing contract for the stuff that you do, and we'll leave you like 5-star review. Like this is just one of the people. I mean, there's like even middleman that would do that research for you, so you can see, right? There's plenty of things that you can do, right? Like, I mean, you can go through Fiverr, you can go through them directly, and it's just that easy. So when people ask me like, how do I source the content? It's so simpler than people think, just like reaching out, don't think, reach out, don't think, reach out. Once you have obviously some validation with the product, or you've done some research, the product will work, you just want to get that initial content to differentiate from everyone else in the marketplace. Local network, friends and friends of friends. Right, so if you and I just had this conversation with one of our clients, Yusuf, and so he's done close to $1 million, pretty much with one product by just leveraging his content that he sourced from the friend who's videographer, right? He sent himself the product. He asked his friend videographer, "Hey, can you make content? Can you make a video for this?" And he made, and he's been using that content. He's made close to $1 million with that one product. And so if you probably know that photographer or videographer in your network. If you don't know, probably your friends know, right? So just asking around, maybe there's someone, "Hey, I'll pay you like $50 if you help me to create like a piece of, like content for this particular product. But then if it works out, then we'll have the ongoing collaboration. We might find different angles, different influencers, and we just collaborate on that ongoing basis." Or might ask them to do it for free for their portfolio. This is the most like impactful thing that you can do, right? Focusing that attention, that budget, that capital back into the content, like 10-20% of your profit. So finding a sweet spot with scaling. So don't go too crazy with budgets and spend. Find the optimum profitability point. What I mean by that is, you might be very profitable, like $5,000 a day, but then you try to scale like $15,000 a day with ad spend, and it's not as profitable anymore. So just scale down. Just find the spot where it's optimum scalability and add more creatives to increase volume. Typically, again, creatives and content will predicate how much volume you can do, right? Sometimes you can do very well with just one, sometimes it happens. But for most products, like it will hit a point where it's like doesn't perform anymore, right? And then at that point, like dropshippers would typically drop the product, just move on. Which is, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, because sometimes you can milk like hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars more from the same product if you just add more creatives to scale more. So initially optimize for the profitability. Hire a full-time video editor after 100K per month volume to expand operations. So this is what I would personally recommend, because you would start testing more products, you would start testing more creatives, you would start creating more combinations of the creatives. If your contractor, your part-time video editor can do that, then it's fine. But generally, to increase the scalability of your of what you do is just very necessary to have like someone full-time. And overall, so this is for the operations and the team. This is a basic breakdown. So video editor, this is for us specifically. So video editor, media buyer, support. So you'd have few people to help you with support. Suppliers, obviously, so you'd have 1, 2, 3 suppliers, not just depend on one, but if something happens with one supplier, you can quickly, reassign those orders like to another supplier. Copywriter can be contractor. All of these positions, they can be started as contractors, as part-time. Then technical CRO person who would actually put the website together, would help you to optimize it for the conversion rate. So this is, for me, sometimes it can be you who is very good at conversion. So then if that's you, just do it, and then train someone underneath you to do the same step. But it's very difficult to find someone who's good at conversion rate optimization. It's very rare skill, because it requires the analytical skills. It requires person to understand the conversion psychology, marketing, website loading speed, like many different parts. So that might be tricky to find, but if you're at that position, if you're like $100, $200, $300,000 per month, that person might be very, very impactful. Operations director, general manager. So this is who you would have if you have like multiple of these projects, right? So for us, it makes sense because we have multiple projects. It makes sense to have a person who is basically overseeing all of the operations, monitoring all of the main KPIs, and making sure that everything goes streamlined. Media buyer in this particular case is like, it's like a general manager on a smaller scale. It's like a project manager, right? Because media buyer is communicating with video editor, with designer, with support team, with suppliers, like basically communicating what are the main bottlenecks and how to fix them, right? Also communicating to the technical person. Let's say if the website website conversion like is shit. The website is like how fast it's loading. So then the technical person, like CRO person, would communicate with media buyer to make sure that loading speed is improved. I mean, all of these people will start with trial tasks, with part-time, and then, but real scale like comes with full-time team members of top performers. So this is what eventually you would move to, right? But sometimes, for example, we have clients in our private mastermind that are doing like $600,000, $800,000 per month in sales, and they only have like one assistant, they only have like one supplier, and that's like one-man operation pretty much. But doing very good numbers, very good profit. So it depends kind of like what stage you're at. But if you want to grow, then you would want to kind of like delegate. For me, for example, I don't manage the ads myself. for some time now, and basically I just give feedback. Okay, so let's do this, let's do this. I give, okay, we need to test more creative. So I give that feedback to my media buyers, but I don't directly manage the ads myself. So guys, this is it. This is basically how we've structured the $29,000 a day with one product Shopify store, and basically drop shipping it with good customer experience. So if you guys looking for help with scaling your e-commerce business beyond $1,000 a day, $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day, then there should be a link below to connect with one of our team members. We'll see how we can help you, whether you deal with low profitability, with banded accounts, whatever issues you're facing. We'll see how we can help you out. And this is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And comment in the comments, like safe ads, so I can give you the cheat sheet to make your ads safe and less likely to get banned on Facebook. Thank you guys.